What's going on YouTube? You're watching Fixed by Shaq, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to create a bootable macOS Big Sur installation disk in here, and then use the pen drive or the external disk to install a fresh new operating system into your MacBook device. This is very useful in situations, for example, where you've got a laptop which is dead, which is not working, which doesn't have any operating system, which is my case in here. And by using an external pen drive, we can actually boot it from the recovery menu in order to install a fresh new operating system here from the USB drive. In my case, I'll be using this MacBook right here, which is working fine, to turn my pen drive into an installation bootable drive, and then I'll be installing the operating system here on this MacBook, which is dead. Hey, my name is Shaq, and in this channel I help you fixing tech related issues, so if you're into tech content, consider subscribing here to the YouTube channel. In this video, I'll show you an easy way to create a bootable disk in here with macOS Big Sur. And before we jump into the tutorial, I would like to let you guys know that you need a disk with minimum storage of 16 gigabytes. In my case, I'll be using this SanDisk Ultra USB with 64 gigabytes of storage in here. But make sure you have minimum of 16 gigabytes. Without any further ado, let's jump straight into the tutorial first here on my MacBook, where I'll be showing you how to download the operating system and how to create the disk here in your external pen drive. So here we are now in our MacBook, and the very first thing in here that we need to do is to actually open up our internet browser. Okay, in my case I've got in here Google Chrome, and then we need to head straight to this page right here, which is Apple's official web page to download the operating systems. Okay, so the link to this exact same web page is down below in the description box below. All you need to do is just tap in the link in the description box below, and you'll be brought straight to this exact same page that I'm looking at. So once we're here, we're gonna scroll down all the way to this heading which says use the App Store. So once you're here, we'll be able to see a list of all operating systems in here that are actually able to be downloaded here from the App Store. In our case, we'll be going with macOS Big Sur in today's video. So all we need to do right now is just tap here on macOS Big Sur, and then you've got a prompt which says Open App Store. Simply tap on Open App Store to open up the macOS Big Sur in the App Store. Now, it's very important to download it from the App Store because App Store is the reliable source. That's why you want to make sure that you're not downloading a replicated or a copy version of Mac operating system, because that's not safe. So once we're here, we're going to tap here on Get, okay? And then we've got a new window in here that pops up. Just wait for a couple seconds. Here we go. We've got in here another prompt which says, are you sure you want to download macOS Big Sur 11.7.10? This is the latest version of macOS Big Sur. Simply tap on download, and the download should start in a few seconds. Now, depending on the internet speed, this download may take you a few minutes all the way to, for example, an hour. In my case, it's going to take me 30 minutes. So all I'm going to do now is just wait until the download is complete in order to move into the next step. Here we go, the download has now completed, and now we've got this pop-up in here which says install macOS Big Sur cannot be opened from a newer version of macOS. Do not worry, simply tap here on quit, because this is an automatic response from your computer saying that you cannot downgrade your operating system, because I'm running one of the latest operating systems. But do not worry, simply ignore this message because we want to install the operating system on a different MacBook, okay? So simply tap here on quit. This doesn't matter. Next up, we're going to close here the system preferences. We're going to close the macOS Big Sur, and then we're going to close this Google Chrome web page as well. Next up, we need to connect the USB pen drive into our computer. Here we go. I've just connected it, and we've got in here my pen drive right here. What you're gonna do next is you need to head into the Spotlight search here at the top right corner, and you need to search for disk utility. Here we go, we've got disk utility right here. Double tap on disk utility to launch the disk utility here in our MacBook. Next up, we want to make sure we select our pen drive. So we need to head down here all the way to external down here, and then this is my pen drive. It's now selected. Make sure you select carefully and do not mess around with internal, as you might create a few issues here in your internal SSD. So select my pen drive or your pen drive's name here under external label, and then simply tap here on erase and make sure that the format is set to macOS extended journaled. Okay, tap on erase and the erase process will start. Now make sure you do not have any important information here on your pen drive, because this will get deleted and your pen drive will be set as a brand new pen drive. Okay, simply tap on done and then close up disk utility. Next up, we're going to open the Spotlight search once again here at the top right corner, and then we're going to search for applications. Okay, we've got this folder right here called applications. Simply double tap to open it, and then you'll be brought to this window where you've got all installed apps here which are installed in your MacBook. Over here, you just want to search for install macOS Big Sur. Here we go, we've just downloaded it and it's right here. Now, you don't want to double click it. What you want to do is right click it and then tap on show package contents. Next up, you'll double tap on contents, and then here you're going to search for resources folder. It's right here. Let's double tap on it. And then we're going to search for this specific file called create install media. Okay, now be careful, it needs to be only create install media and nothing else. For example, here we've got create install media Yosemite. This is wrong. We've got create install media.dy library, not this one. You want to make sure that you're selecting this one, which is only create install media. So once you select it, you're going to keep it aside in here, and then we're going to hop into the Spotlight search at the top right corner. Once again, Spotlight search is our best friend in today's video, and then we're going to search for terminal. Okay, so we want to launch terminal. Here we go, we've got terminal right here. Double tap to launch terminal. So once we're here on terminal, we need to type in a specific command. Okay, let me just increase my letters to make it more visible to you guys. Here we go. So in terminal, what we want to type in here is the following command. Okay, sudo space, and then we're going back to the finder here under resources. Remember, we've got create install media. We want to hold and drag this file all the way to terminal and release it here in terminal. This is how it goes. Drag, okay, drop it here. And as soon as you drop it, you'll be able to see this path in here pasted into your terminal. Next up, you want to type -- volume, okay, and then space. Now we're going back to Finder in here. We want to make sure we find our pen drive, which is right here, okay? So this is our pen drive. We want to right click on it and tap on showing and closing folder. Next up, we've got the pen drive selected here, and all we need to do is the same. Simply drag it and drop it here on terminal, and then you'll be able to see this path of the pen drive here on terminal as well. Once this is done, simply tap on return or enter on your keyboard, and then it's going to ask you for your password in here. Simply type in the password to unlock your MacBook's user. Okay, let me quickly type in my password and then tap on enter once again. And do not worry if your password doesn't show up in here as if you're not typing anything here. Okay, do not worry. It's for safety purposes that terminal itself doesn't show when you type your password. So once this is done, it's going to ask you whether you want to continue. To press the Y key, simply type Y and then tap on enter once again. And the process of erasing your disk and creating a fresh new installation will start right now. All you need to do now is just wait for a couple minutes, and this process should be complete in 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Let's sit back, relax, and wait for a couple more minutes. Here we go, we're now at 90% and the process is almost done. Let's wait for a couple more seconds and this should be completed. Here we go, we've got one more response in here which says making disk bootable. So the process of copying it to the disk is 100% now. It's complete. Now it's just setting up a few configurations in order for our USB drive to be readable as a bootable disk. Let's wait for a couple more seconds. Here we go, boom, install media now available at volumes install macOS Big Sur, and the installation process is now complete. I mean, not the installation, but the process of preparing your disk. Once you see this last message in here, it's complete. And if you open up Finder, as you can see, we've got in here our disk name has changed to install macOS Big Sur. And here we go, we've got the installation here ready. Okay, next up, we're going to close terminal. We're going to tap here to eject the USB drive. Let's quickly eject the USB drive. And now all we need to do is simply connect it into the laptop in which we want to install the operating system. So let me tap on force eject, and we're good to go. Now let's move into the laptop where we want to install the operating system. Here we go, we've already created the installation here, the bootable installation here in our SanDisk pen drive. And what we need to do now is make sure that our MacBook is turned off, and then we'll plug in the pen drive into our computer, right? Let me quickly plug it in. Here we go, it's now plugged. And the trick here is while turning on our MacBook, we'll tap once on power and then we'll press and hold the option key here at the inferior left corner, okay, option key, until you see the option to boot up from another disk. Now, if you have one of the M chips MacBooks, for example, M1, M2, M3, or the latest MacBooks having the M chip, you do not need to hold down the option key. All you need to do is just press and hold the power button, keep on holding it for a few seconds until you see the screen to actually select where you want to boot from. So since I have an old MacBook, I'll tap once on power and then I'll press and hold option key here at the inferior left corner of my keyboard. Keep on pressing, and as soon as you see this screen right here, you're going to release the key and you'll be able to see here 3 bootable options, or 2. In my case, I've got 3, okay? So over here, I've got Untitled as my first disk, I've got Recovery as my second disk, and I've got Install macOS Big Sur as my third option. This is actually my external disk, the installation that we've prepared, and we want to make sure we install macOS Big Sur from here. So let me quickly unzoom it. In order to start the installation, all we need to do is use the arrow keys to navigate right or left. So I'll use the right arrow key, right to navigate to here, and then I'll tap here on enter or return once. Tap on enter and the installation should start in a few seconds. So once the progress bar loads, you'll be able to see here this menu, which is the recovery menu, okay? Over here, we'll simply hop with our mouse into this second option in here, which says install macOS Big Sur. Simply select the second option and then tap here on continue, and the installation should now launch in a few seconds. Here we go, boom, we finally have it here, macOS Big Sur. To set up the installation for macOS Big Sur, click continue. So all you need to do now is simply tap continue and follow the installation process in here with all these steps. I will not be proceeding right now because I still need to do a few changes in my disk, but this is all you need to do, and from here onwards you just need to install it. And do not worry, you don't need to download anything because you've already downloaded the file and it's now locally here in your pen drive. I hope this video really helped you, and if you have any question, please leave it down in the comment section below and I'll make sure I reply to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much for making it till the end of the video, and if you find my content useful, consider subscribing, like the video, and leave a comment down below. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.